Yo, what's up everybody? So I'd like to do something a little different today. I'm going to talk about drumming and longevity. Trying to keep everything in good shape. I've learned a lot over the years about how to keep my joints intact because I've had, I used to have pretty bad tightness in my forearms. Some stuff with my knees and stuff. I tore my meniscus doing just crazy stuff. I like to lift a lot of weights too, so that was causing a lot of tightness and joint pain over the years. So with, eating healthy food is one way to do it, but with combining red light therapy, cold baths, and sauna, really does help quite a bit. And I find since I've been utilizing those tools, I'm pretty much unstoppable. I can practice as long as I want, as hard as I want. There's some gigs I play for 3 hours straight, and I'm fine. So, we'll chat a little bit about these things. So, how I start my day, you'll see I have a video running here. I'm just going to talk through it. Here's my boy Raven. I start my day with seeing him usually. He's always up, ready to go. But after we get that little meeting out of the way, I start with the red light. You'll see this here. So these are platinum LED lights. So I started, it's been about a year, I guess. I bought 2 panels of these lights, which I'll show you a clip here. You can see where you can buy them. I don't endorse these. I don't work for the company. I just did a lot of research and I found their product was superior over many others. The full spectrum of light, everything they have is just high quality. So how I start my day is I get up in the morning and I do about 15 minutes. You'll see I'm doing my back first. So I kind of sit there and I'm pretty close, like 5 or 6 inches away from the light. And it is pretty warm. So it's red light, infrared light, near infrared, and there is some blue light, which you can turn on and off. And I can really feel the warmth of it. It apparently penetrates deep into the skin, also into the bone. So there's so many therapeutic reasons to use it. It's also good for your skin, hair growth. People that have issues with their skin find a lot of benefits from doing this, but also just reducing the overall inflammation in joints and muscles for recovery. It's like so beneficial. So I'll do about 15 minutes total, 7.5 minutes per side. And again, I started with the 2 panels, so I used to have to do one half, the other half, and then I would turn the other way and do the other 2 sections. And you can also buy, you'll see on their website, you can buy smaller versions. If you want to just do your arms or something, if you have an issue in that isolated area, that's one way to do it. I just found I started with 2 little ones, and then I just realized, man, I just got to get the full thing. And now it's they come with these nice hangers that you can there's all kinds of attachments you can hang it from stands. You can even put one you can lay in a bed, but I just like to stand doing it. And I kind of rigged up my own little mount on the wall, just so it's permanently set up there. I hit it every morning. And then right after that, I head downstairs to go outside to the cold bath. So my friend Jordan helped me. We built a building that's right outside in my backyard attached to the deck. It's essentially, the first section is a cold bath area, which I have a freezer that is converted into a cold bath with an Inkbird thermometer that you can buy on Amazon. And it essentially keeps the temperature at a whatever temperature you want to keep it at. Right now, as I enter here in the video, you can see I have it set to 0 degrees Celsius right there. And at the top level, you can see it's minus 0.2 degrees Celsius. So it's really cold. And I have a little pump in there and a bubbler to keep the water moving so it doesn't freeze over. And it's also, having the water moving is also harder to be in because your body doesn't create a thermal barrier, which essentially, it's like a little warm barrier. If the water isn't moving, it's very easy to sit and you don't move. As soon as you start moving, that barrier is gone and you start to feel the water, the cold water. So I like to have that little pump in there. It just moves it a bit. So I get in here. I'm just getting the camera set up here. I think I found it out. But I get in there. I do 3 minutes. And I breathe really slow. For me, that's about 9 or 10 exhales. And I know after that it's basically time's up, but I also have a watch on and I make sure I do 3 minutes. And it's definitely the hardest part of my day. It's definitely painful, but in order to have these benefits, there has to be a little bit of pain involved. But it's a good pain because from that exposure to cold, you reap all these great benefits. So you reduce inflammation in your joints. It's really like a refresher button on your entire body. Like everything is just so, you basically numb it. It's so cold. Then when you get out, you can feel when you're in there, all your blood goes into your organs, it's really hard in the extremities, in your hands and your fingers. Once you get in there, that's the hardest part because it really hurts. But once you get over that, there's like a wall you have to climb to kind of accept like that's gonna hurt, and it feels like it's just gonna get worse, but it really doesn't. It's painful, but you just sit through it. And I've noticed my hands are like, and my wrists, like I really have no pain at all. And I think it's from doing the ice baths and, and also the red light, combination of the two. So here I do 3 minutes. There's other benefits to, metabolism is increased substantially. You increase your internal core temperature. So like I don't get very cold. Like I usually wear like a sweater outside when most people are wearing jackets, and it's a new appreciation for cold. And also the dopamine hit is real. So it's like a 300% jack of dopamine that you get, and it lasts about like 6 hours. So that's why I do it in the morning, and then as soon as I jump out of here, you'll see in the video I do like a little warm-up workout with some squats and push-ups. It's not like deep squats or anything. It's just like kind of engaging my quads. I do like 300 of those, and then I do 300 like incline push-ups. Again, not full push-ups, just like getting pumped and getting my chest, my arms kind of warm before I go to the gym. I find it's just a quick way to warm up and then head out. You'll see in the video there. It's just a way to just, it's a good way to start the day. I can say that. And then once I get that out of the way, everything else seems easier. But overall, I would suggest, even like, especially with the cold exposure, like even if you could start with cold showers, and then eventually when that kind of gets easy, you can start maybe doing like even if you're in your bathtub, you can throw some ice in there, or you can get those blow up little cold bath things on Amazon. I started with one of those, and I used that for a while until it got to the point it was just a pain in the ass to like have all this ice all the time. Like, buying ice was just, eventually I needed so much ice to make it colder, because you get adapted to the cold, and then it becomes like this like thing, like because of this dopamine hit, you actually enjoy it so much you want it colder, because this pain that you get, there's a hormone threshold transfer that you get from being in pain from this cold. There's like a teeter-totter. And if you want to listen to Dr. Andrew Huberman, he has a podcast. He's a scientist, so he's done a lot of studies and a lot of work on this, and he's got a great podcast, Andrew Huberman podcast. And you can see it here. His website is got great content as well. So I suggest listening to that. He's got a lot of great information on cold and heat exposure. And it's just, I think it's really underrated. Just because I've been doing it for a few years now. The cold bath actually quite, I guess like 3 or 4 years now, I've been really digging into that. And then I got into the red light after. And then, but with the sauna now, I essentially do the sauna at night time. So I usually do that for, like 10 or 15 minutes the first session. And then I kind of just like chill out in my cooler area. I generally don't do the cold dips at night, because the cold dips can tend to kind of like make you wide awake. But so that's why I like to do it in the morning. And they also say it's better to do it in the morning. It's easier to do it in the morning too, because your body is at the warmest temperature it's going to be. So like you'll notice if you do cold baths at night, it's actually harder because your body's normal temperature is kind of cooling for getting ready for sleep. So it's easier in the morning. Your cortisol levels are at the highest. So your cortisol level is high when you first wake up. So it's easier to hit that cold then. So yeah, like I recommend at least, testing and experimenting with the cold. Then the red light it's probably the next step. And if you have access to a sauna, it's really good, because that's like just to sweat out all those toxins. And, I like to do a stretch in there. And my gym has a steam sauna as well that I like to do a stretch in there. It's just like a dual purpose. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to cover that a little bit, because I've heard other people talk about, a lot of issues with their joints and stuff from drumming, and especially like playing really heavy and hard, because I like to hit hard. Not all the time, but it's good to find a way to sustain that without any injuries, because injuries is just going to stop you from progressing down your journey, right? Like you want to be able to play as much as possible. That's why with this routine, eating healthy, lots of steaks. I eat a lot of meat. I would say probably 95% is meat. And I find that I don't eat too many carbs, but I do eat, a little bit of fruit, and I'll have some potatoes and rice sometimes, but generally meat for the most part. And I find this works. So yeah, give it a try. Let me know what you guys think. And I hope it helps, because it really did help me quite a bit. And I know a lot of other people that gave it a chance, and it's really helped them quite a bit. Anyway, if you guys like this video, if you don't, that's okay too. Let me know in the comments below. Give it a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And see you guys next time. Love you.